Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing very serious videos I've been doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm extra excited about this one. But anyway, we'll get to that. Folks, it is a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why wear super cool shirts? I always like to highlight a super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today, folks? Well, it just so happens to be my Blue Beetle shirt. What with the Blue Beetle and such. Which, if you're not familiar with Blue Beetle, he is actually a comic book character who goes back to, if not the golden age of comic books, at least to the silver age. He, like the original Blue Beetle character, is an old fucking character from back in them thar days at this point. This is the more recent one who came out in the, I think 2010s, I want to say. The character of Jaime Reyes, who was really my introduction to the Blue Beetle character. And I'm a bit of a nerd. By a bit, I mean I'm a giant fucking nerd. And I just so happened to jump onto his book right around the time when it was first coming out, and I just absolutely fell in love. They do have the film, which technically this is kind of, the shirt because I got it at Target. It's more of a tie-in with the film, but for me, this is really just about Blue Beetle love and representation. I love the character. The co-creator of the character, Mr. Keith Giffen, he sadly passed away at the time I'm doing this just a few weeks ago, which is what really prompted me to go out and get the shirt, because I just felt like, I had a very strong love for his work, and, this was one of my first characters that he created that I had that attachment to, so, anyway. What am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing? Why am I excited for it? Well, folks, I just got through reviewing a Gyro, boom, from Gyro Express in Willow Park. And I alluded to it in that, but I did not just get one thing. No. So, what is the second of three items, that I am going to review for you, folks? Well, it is a Chicago staple because, well, you can already kind of see it. Boom! It's a pizza puff! Look at it! It's beautiful. What is pizza puff, folks? That was the question that a young Brandon Wenzel asked his family, on his mom's side of the family specifically, back when I was a very small child. I still remember we were all hanging out family style at my grandparents' place, and somebody was going to go make a food run, and they were asking people what they wanted, and I was tiny Brandon at the time, and somebody brought up a pizza puff, and I had no idea what it was, but I was like, pizza's good, pizza's great, so I'll go with that. And boy, oh boy, was I surprised when I got what I got. And I was like, what are we doing here? And like, just try it. Pizza puff, it's basically it's pastry with, you got some meat, you got some sauce, and then they basically deep fry the damn thing. It is wonderful and amazing, and it is 100% a Chicago staple. Like, I'm sure there might be other places that have it. Chicago. Let's give it a go. And you gotta get it. I mean, you can go over there and get microwavable ones and stuff like that. They're fine. But you really got to get it from a proper place that's going to go over there and actually deep fry it. Because the flavor just takes on a whole other level. This might also be one of the least healthy things on the planet that you can eat. This is super good. Now I'll show you the inside. I mean, you can see. It's just basically meat and pizza sauce. And man, is it so good. It has to predate the Hot Pocket. I would not be surprised. Well, and to be fair, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say, oh, maybe the person who invented Hot Pockets got it from... It's like, well, there's been, food inside of pastry stuff for probably hundreds, if not thousands of years. But this is... If you've never had a pizza puff, first of all, what have you been doing with your life? Second of all, go out and get one. Third of all, if I was going to describe it, this is what a Hot Pocket aspires to be, okay? If a Hot Pocket is over there and it's, it's like some 13-year-old kid that's over there just about to try out for football practice with dreams in his eyes of NFL accomplishments and this, that, and the other thing, this is the Tom fucking Brady of that equation. This is what that kid is looking up to. And I know some of you folks are going to go over there and you'll be like, burr, 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 Tom Brady, burr, 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 Patriots. I don't give a shit about football. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I do kind of care that the Bears lose because it's funny for me because, well, I live in Chicago and I think it's a little bit funny with the Bears fans. If they win, they win. But if they lose, it's funny. But I'm just using Tom Brady because everybody knows Tom Brady, and whether you love him or hate him, the guy is very good at what he does. So, but this is a wonderful thing. It manages to go over there. It has a nice little crispiness on the outside of the pastry from the frying. The inside is nice and soft. And then you just have this delicious mix of meat and sauce. And it really does, it's kind of along the lines, it's not like just a meat sauce or anything. It is sort of along the lines of like an actual kind of pizza sauce, but it's more heavily spiced, I think. It's so good. Like, the flavor really is indescribable. Like, you have to just kind of... I will say this. You will either love this or hate it. I don't think there's any in between. Because this is such a decadent, terrible thing for you. It is greasy and super filling, and it's just, I'm sure every cardiologist on the planet wishes for its non-existence. But to them I say, nay! Let the pizza puff do what it's going to do. This is super good. It's been a little while since I've had a proper pizza puff. I'll occasionally get them from a gas station near my house, but those are just the fucking microwave ones. This is a proper fried up one. I have to go over there, and and I mentioned, by the way, it's from Gyros Express. This is one of those things where you can get from pretty much any sort of like Chicago location that focuses on like maybe hot dogs or Italian beefs, like standard Chicago stuff. Almost every place is going to have one available as a side order. It is a wonderful fucking thing, man. And again, you have to get it done properly. If again, you can get the microwave ones, they're fine, they're passable, but it is just miles of difference. I did want to mention, by the way, because I forgot to mention in my last one where I reviewed a gyro from Gyro Express, but the Gyro Express reviews are going to end up in my Sampler Platter Local Love playlist, because Gyro Express is a local spot to me. That's what I go over there and I post all that stuff. So, but 2 questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get the pizza puff again? Would I go over there and recommend it? I mean, clearly yes, and clearly yes. Now here's a caveat. Have I had a better pizza puff? Yeah, I think there's probably been a few times where I've gone over there and had one. I would prefer one to be a little bit crispier on the outside, because some of them you get them and like, it's one of those things, you don't want it overdone, you don't want it underdone. But the best ones are ones where you can kind of bite into it and there's actually like a little bit of a crunch to it. This doesn't quite get there with that, but it's still a well done pizza puff. That's a fairly minor complaint from me. I would absolutely get this. I will 100% get pizza puffs again, and it's entirely possible that I could get them from Gyro Express again. I do have other options. I could get them from Scooby's. I could get them from, again, pretty much any Chicago-style food establishment. But the ones at Gyro Express they're damn solid, so they know what they're doing. If I would recommend it, again, it is just, if you are trying to have any type of health, This is not the thing to try. It is a very heavy, very decadent thing. It is not going to be for everybody. As good as it is, as much as I love it, as much as I consider it to be, Chicago institution, it's one of those things, man. You really got to kind of go in with it, and I think it works perfectly with Chicago style food. We are a state, Illinois, in the Chicagoland area and everything. We are a state, man, where we don't fucking mince words about it. When it comes to our food, we know we have damn good food. We know we have some of the best fucking food, not only in the country, but in the world. We have stuff that is uniquely ours, and we are proud the fuck of it. And the Pizza Puff, I think, perfectly fits in with that. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly Pizza Puff-tastic rest of your life, because it's wonderful, and I don't know how long people eating them will live, but Pizza Puffs will live on into eternity. I'm certain of that. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not as possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It can be a bitch and a half, folks. And there's going to be days where it's going to be frustrating, stressful, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. I need a drink. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you have some sort of a regional dish that is a thing for you. And maybe you're over there and you'll be like, Brandon, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, from ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, Delaware. Be like, all right, well, that's pretty neat, Delaware guy. I don't know, I don't think about Delaware all that often, but like, okay, maybe it's a thing. And, who knows? Maybe if the sampler platter ever takes off, I could go over there, I could take Guy Fieri's fucking job, and I'll just hop around the fucking state just eating food and stuff, and, pretending that's just a thing to do as a career. Probably not going to happen. I think Guy Fieri doesn't have anything to worry about for me, but, there's room for more than one fat guy going around the world, or going around the country, well, maybe the world, and trying food. I'm just saying, too many skinny people get that job these days. No offense, skinny people. Good on you for making good life choices. But if you're going to do a, food around the world thing, give it to fat people, okay? Fuck you, you've already got sports and stuff. Bye.